Ray tracing. The current most trendy thing to put into video games to generate more hype around them. A lot of games nowadays come out with ray tracing features of some kind, and older games sometimes get updated with ray tracing later down the line. But what Nvidia has been doing is updating some really old games with a full suite of ray tracing features to make them look absolutely next level. And Nvidia's latest project has been Portal, an absolutely beloved game. So obviously it deserves a complete makeover, right? Well, they have done exactly that. Is it good? Is it bad? Let's get straight into it.
LambdaGeneration.
Portal RTX released on December 8th, 2022, which was on a Thursday, which is when I normally release videos. So that's why this video is being uploaded on a Sunday instead. I would have literally had one night otherwise to make this video, which I deem to be not, quite enough time. I managed to play through it now, and I managed to even tinker around with it a little bit. More on that later. Let's first address the elephant in the room. Wasn't it supposed to release in November? Well, technically yes, but it was delayed into early December instead, and remains a Valve-related title after all. I assume that Nvidia Lightspeed Studios, the actual developers of this project, saw some of the backlash that the original trailer generated and decided to go back and backtrack on some of the more major artistic changes that they made. The result is a sort of remaster with assets that are a little closer to the original game, but still different enough to kind of become its own thing. Alright, enough intro talk, let's get into the actual game itself. The first thing you see when you boot it up is, well, the main menu with the ray tracing at full display in the background map. And I gotta say that it looks pretty nice so far. What can I say? I do kind of like shiny and bright things, so this is right up my alley. No settings for ray tracing right here though. We'll get back to that later. Playing through the actual game is like, well, playing through the regular Portal. The entire campaign is here really without any changes to the maps themselves, apart from some RTX 4090 cards littered around the place for some reason. I really wonder why that is. The real changes are in the way the game world is rendered, now utilizing ray tracing technology and physically based materials in place of Source's regular shader-based materials. Not only are these new materials, or textures, rendered more accurately against the new lighting system, but they're also a lot more high resolution and, in my opinion, art style aside, they look pretty nice. The white concrete textures have been changed to this more Portal 2-esque metal panel texture, and the black metal walls are now actually properly reflecting the scene around you. Bye-bye cube maps. Even models have been completely retextured and even remodeled to have a lot of extra detail and polygons in some cases. It's really quite something to behold, and it makes playing through this version of Portal a fresh experience for sure. The best thing about this new version of the game though is its lighting system. Because all the lighting is ray traced, every test chamber is lit the way it would be lit in real life. Shadows cast realistically against the walls and over other objects, and get fuzzier the further away the object is from the light origin. Lighting gets blocked properly by objects, and the lighting even causes volumetric fog sometimes. And man, I'm a sucker for volumetric fog or God rays in any game. Oh, and portals themselves can actually let light pass through, giving you the ability to put a portal near a light source and put the other portal in a dark area to light that area up with that light source. It's freaking awesome. So it really seems like this is a pretty neat little graphical upgrade, right? Well, yeah. Until you hear about some of the problems I've had with this, because oh boy, it is not a perfect product. Let's begin with the performance. My PC specs are a Intel Core i7 9th Gen CPU with an RTX 2070 and 48 gigs of RAM. And my performance with Portal RTX was utter shite. It was so bad, in fact, that I had to ask David from the LambdaGeneration community platform to record footage for me because he actually has a 3060, which is apparently the minimum requirement for this, and even he didn't have the smoothest performance. Now, look, I get that I'm technically under the minimum requirements here, so I shouldn't expect to run this game flawlessly, but when even people who have the cards listed as supported still have issues running this, Portal RTX may need some more optimization. And sometimes the game doesn't even launch. it's currently sitting at mixed reviews on Steam, partially because of this. Not only that, but the newer, shinier graphics also clutter up the visual language of the game quite a bit sometimes. But you know, I'm willing to deal with some of these issues in the name of it being a tech demo, but gosh, the performance, it can just be unbearable. I once got about 4 frames per second in Test Chamber 15 because all of these fizzlers just being too much to handle. 4 frames per second. Luckily though, there actually are settings that you can change in the game. They are just hidden away in a special menu that you can summon by pressing Alt+X. In here you can change different DLSS settings and even tweak the ray tracing settings to your liking to get closer to the performance that you want at the cost of lower visual fidelity. You can even get into the nitty-gritty by opening the developer settings. Pretty cool for them to include this. From here you can even turn off the new materials entirely for a more authentic Portal experience. Do know that these old materials may not bring out the ray-traced lighting as well as the new ones though. Oh, and what's this? Secrets? Yep, there are actually brand new secrets in this game in the form of NVIDIA QR codes on a bunch of props. These QR codes will give you a word related to the game or NVIDIA RTX, and once inserted into this menu here, will grant you alternate skins for cubes. I especially like the wooden companion cube. So cute. I gotta admit, this is a pretty cool addition that they didn't need to put in, but I'm glad it's here. It gives you a reason to replay this version of Portal a couple times more to find them all. And last but not least, of course I had to try out the Half-Life 2 weapons in Portal RTX to see if they did anything with them. But nope, not really. They just seem to be broken and that's it. No Half-Life 2 weapons were remastered. But that's kind of to be expected, right? Why would they remaster something that's not really going to be used in the game anyway? The fact that they're even here is kind of magical. But I decided to go a step further though by importing a custom map into the game. As you may know, I have made some Source Engine maps in the past and I was mighty curious what my map TTT Forgotten would look like with ray traced lighting. And I was surprised to learn that it actually can look pretty decent. Now, of course, these are mostly Half-Life 2 assets and they have not been remastered, so you won't see the difference immediately, but the lighting has definitely been improved. Imagine what I can do if I actually adjust this map entirely for Portal RTX. Maybe I should do that. Now, importing this custom map straight from Gary's mod into Portal RTX does cause some issues though. Apart from some textures missing and the skybox not lighting up the outside area at all, some parts of the map are straight up invisible and can't be rendered. Only very specific locations seem to work. Maybe a visleaf issue? I have no idea. Anyway, I'm as always interested in what the community is going to do with this. Surely we can make some awesome looking maps in this version of the game, and with RTX Remix on the horizon, we can even see ray tracing in other Valve games and beyond. I pretty much guarantee you that a team of modders is going to tackle this once RTX Remix properly comes out. I just know it. And that's all I have to say about Portal RTX. Oh, sorry. Portal with RTX. I got the name wrong all this time, huh? Who actually cares? What do you think of this version of Portal? Is it a yay or a nay? Is it a ooh or is it an ah? Is it a yippity dippity doo-dah or a poopin' schloopin' blarkfest? Let me know in the comments below and win nothing. Well, my attention. Is that valuable? I don't know, man. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to play Black Mesa Blue Shift Chapter 4 since that came out this weekend too. Don't want to give out any spoilers, but you'll be hearing from me about that this Thursday. See you all then.